Welcome to a first-of-its-kind 2024 World Axe and Knife Throwing Championships. Get ready to witness the world's most skilled throwers as they compete in an ultimate test of precision and nerve. From razor-sharp axes to expertly aimed knives, every throw counts in this showdown of accuracy and skill. These competitors come from all around the globe in 3 days of grueling competition to vie for a prestigious title of world champion. So sharpen those weapons. The competition begins now in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Welcome to the Wee Street Ice Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma, gearing up for a fantastic day across multiple disciplines with the commissioner, Evan Walters, and one of the best to do it, Mike Kump. Evan, give us a sense, these competitors, how do you get to this point? How do you excel on a day like this?
You know, it's about competing all year long. You have to hone your skill throughout the entire year. And here at the World Axe and Knife Throwing Championship, people have been doing that around the world. We have competitors from Australia and New Zealand and the UK and even Japan who have flown in from here just to be here today and hopefully get their spot for the world champion. 3
grueling days of competition leading to this championship finals. Mike, you've won a championship. How do you excel at this level?
You have to just turn your brain off. You have to forget what you're throwing for. You stare at that blue dot, you stare at that red dot, and you stay focused.
Hundreds of people here in Tulsa. This place is going to be rocking all day long. And let's begin the competition.
The pros don't throw any ordinary axes. They throw axes designed specifically for axe throwing. The World Axe Throwing League has detailed specifications for axes, which include a maximum blade length, a maximum overall weight, and a designated handle length range. Throwing axes are not meant for splitting, so the blades are very thin. This allows throwers to focus on precision, not power. In addition to having a thin blade profile, the axes must also be razor sharp, strong enough to be a utility or camping axe. Most throwers have straight handles on their axes. This means they can easily release the axe, allowing the throw to be replicated and perfected. All WATL axes have a unique design and advantage. Axes with a curved blade like the Ace of Spades and the Bad Axe make it easier for throwers to stick the axe to the board with its curved edge while still having 4 inches of coverage. These axes are perfect for throwers who are starting out or don't have a strong throw and prefer a lighter axe. Axes like the Corporal are heavy hitters. It has a unique fishhook design and added weight on the back of the axe head. That weight provides extra power to ensure the Corporal does not drop when it hits the board. The Butcher is WATL's most popular and unique axe. It has a full 4 inches of coverage from blade to handle. Its square box-like design also makes the axe easy to land even on tough boards. As you can see, the axes used by the pros are unique to the sport. For more information, you can visit worldaxethrowingleague.com.
Welcome to the Wee Street Ice Center in the heart of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Let's take a look at the scoring for the standard hatchet competition. You can see here the outer rings are lower scores going from 1 through 5 until you hit the center bullseye. That's 6 points. The 2 small blue dots at the top of the board, they're called kill shots. They must be called in order to count, and if they're hit, a player will earn a whopping 8 points. As we start our hatchet semifinals, let's meet this match's competitors.
Hi, my name's Dave Alviso. I'm a 38-year-old airline pilot and registered nurse throwing out of Pittsburgh, PA. I'm also a dad, father of 2 under 2, and a husband. I've been throwing for about 6 years, and this is easily the best community, the best sport that I've ever been a part of. So couldn't be happier to be here, and looking forward to hitting it today.
My name's Garrett Knighting. I throw out a social axe in Utah. I love the sport of axe throwing due to the competition and just the community that's around us. And I also want to say shout out to my mom and my dad back home. Love them so much.
Garrett Knighting comes in with former experience in this exact event on TV, throwing for the World Championship. Dave Alviso doesn't have that experience, but he is a long-time competitor, and maybe that first-timer's luck will come into play. Some good tosses to start.
6-5.
It's a bit outside for Dave, but it's all good. Long match ahead here.
They'll have 10 throws. They'll switch targets after those first 5.
And the key here is consistency. Getting as many sixes as possible. Seems, especially at this level, like it's going to be fairly easy to do.
6,
But
6.
There's a couple of sixes. Good bullseyes early on.
That's what we're expecting to see plenty of today. I mean, lots of shots right on that red dot, but here in the Hatchet competition, I mean, just that tiny little bit you miss left or right, that 1 point could be the difference.
that bullseye is about the size of a bottle cap.
6.
And they both hit it pretty easily right there.
And sometimes it feels like the size of a pinpoint when when you're not feeling too good up there.
Especially with all those lights and everything, the nerves can get to you.
Oh, they've gotten to me plenty of times, Evan. So Alviso, a pilot, and Knighting, an accountant, hoping he doesn't have to cook the books here today.
Knighting in the red, whose wife Jenna will graduate with a bachelor's degree this year.
Some great throws there.
In addition to being a pilot, Alviso is also an RN, so if anything goes wrong today, we're covered.
Now we begin the second half, our final 5 throws. Dave on the left really needs some points.
This is always a critical throw number 6. You make the turn, we call it, and you switch sides. So often we see players unable to stay locked in on that bullseye, but both of our competitors here are not having a problem.
This is Garrett Knighting's 3rd time on television. He is unfazed by the ESPN lights.
6.
And continues to knock in bullseyes.
Alviso seems to have picked up steam. I think he's finally getting into the groove.
1 point lead for Garrett Knighting.
But here soon, that might force Alviso to go up for a kill shot, and those are much more difficult.
6.
As they stay consistent. Let's see if Alviso wants to call on 8 or if he's going to stay it out. All right.
And the kill shots are activated.
And notice there that Knighting also called the kill shot. He doesn't necessarily need it, but it might be just to keep his 1 point lead.
And that's where the interesting balance happens, right? The kill shot's worth 8 points. The bullseye's worth 6. With that 1 point differential, if Garrett stays down, as we call it.
Double kill shot. Wow, a couple of huge 8-pointers, and Knighting still the 1 point lead. Okay, this time Knighting didn't call the kill shot.
Oh, no, I think he did. I think he did.
Okay.
But he's held this lead for 9 throws. He needs to hit this kill.
Looks like he hit it.
And how about Garrett Knighting?
Strong start.
A man unfazed by television in the spotlight. These are best 2 out of 3. Mike, what's the mindset when you fall behind 1-0? How do you bounce back?
You just forget it. Yeah, anything you're doing in these competitions where you want consistency and to repeat what you're doing, you don't even want to think about the situation, right? Everyone watching at home is saying, oh, this is a big moment, this is this. When you're in it and doing it, you don't want to think about any of that, right?
5, 6.
An early 1 point lead for Garrett Knighting.
But being up there on stage, it probably makes it a lot harder to forget what's going on around
It's pretty
him.
tough. Yeah.
All the bright lights, hundreds of people here.
You're making me nervous, and I'm not even up there throwing.
6.
There we go. We see Alviso getting a little bit more angle and tip in his blade, just really ensuring that it buries in and sticks. Knighting kind of taking advantage of a thin profiled axe that he's just trusting, right? It's going to get into that wood and stay in.
Knighting might have opened the door right here.
Oh, is Alviso low, though?
5.
Oh, wow. That was extremely lucky for both competitors, honestly. Alviso over-rotated just a little bit, but Knighting was a little too high.
How about Alviso right there?
6-6.
Able to match. And Dave, who picked up the sport 6 years ago, and you'll have stories like this, went to a birthday party, and his friend started playing at the facility and said, hey, I got to pick this up. And all of a sudden now he finds himself in these big-time semifinals.
Absolutely, and I want to give a shout out. Dave here this weekend, his family back at home. His 2-year-old daughter just had her 22nd surgery for her cancer treatment for retinoblastoma, and she's 4 months old. Wow. But in good news, this is the first time they have not seen any additional growth, so we're really hoping she keeps pulling and fighting.
What a neat moment for the Alviso family watching on.
6-5.
That time, though, Garrett Knighting extends his lead with another bullseye.
Throw 7. Knighting's up by 2.
Aha, 2-point differential. This is where it can get interesting. Because now, if you're Knighting, and let's see if he holds on to it. Oh, Alviso to the left.
5-5.
5-5. He had a chance to grab a point back, but throw number 8. Let's see if Alviso calls kill to try to get those 2 points
Throw
back,
8.
or if he's going to stay
Knighting's
down.
up by 2.
Nothing.
If he doesn't, he's risking going with Knighting, hoping that Knighting is going to miss that bullseye, but he might have.
And this is where it gets into the strategy, where we have to kind of play that back and forth.
6.
Couple of sixes right there. And now a decision to make here on throw 10.
All right, looks like they're talking through it, and they probably already agreed to 9 and 10. That will be a thing throwers do sometimes, where knowing that the dot's all or nothing, and it's kind of a sportsmanship camaraderie thing.
That's a critical 8 points on the line.
It looks like they both hit.
Wow, you saw the big deep breath there for Alviso. He needed that kill shot. And they do it again here on throw 10.
It all comes down to this.
All right, if you're Alviso, you have to hit the blue dot no matter what. If you're Knighting, you hit it and you're through to the finals.
Knighting
Looks like
for the trip to the finals.
Dave is going to wait for Knighting to throw. Has he hit it?
It's hard to say from this angle.
Is the door open here for Dave?
He's taking his time, so it must be.
Oh my goodness! All down to the judge's ruling.
Flashlights are out.
Miss.
Double miss! And Knighting moves on.
What an end.
Incredible throwing by both.
Literally a game of inches to decide the kill shot here in throw 10. What a weekend for Dave Alviso, just short. And Garrett Knighting now waits for Lucas Johnson or Neil Rust in the next semifinal. Learn to throw axes, be a bad axe, and book your birthday party or any occasion at badaxethrowing.com. Now time for our second semifinal of this Hatchet competition. Maybe two of the best in the sport right now. Lucas Johnson, who is busy all over this ESPN competition, and he'll take on Neil Rust, the 51-year-old out of Westlake Village, California.
My name is Lucas Johnson. I'm throwing out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee for Murfreesboro Axe. And what I really love about the community and axe throwing in a whole is just how friendly everybody is and how everybody wants to see the other person win.
Hi, my name is Neil Rust. I throw out of the Mighty Axe, Thousand Oaks. I love family, I love friends, and I love axe throwing. It's just a good group of people and a great bunch.
Is this place not rocking today, by the way, in Tulsa?
It's incredible.
We literally have people sitting up in the rafters.
Souvenir rally cups. noisemakers, you name it, all for this Hatchet semifinals, part 2. And an early lead for Neil Rust.
That's got to feel good.
Who's the veteran and who's the rookie now? Rust, first throw under the big lights, right down the middle. Johnson, who's been under the big lights more times than I can count, shanking his first throw. Yeah, so Johnson really, I mean, I don't want to say it, but this is the one thing he wants in the sport, is to win the Hatchet World Championship. He's won in big axe, he's won tournaments in knives. He's obviously the 3 or almost 4-time reigning duels champion coming into this. He wants Hatchet so bad.
And I'm wondering if that drive is almost kind of, influencing the throwing, not just in a good way, but sometimes in a bad way. If you get into your head, sometimes that can really detract from what you're trying to do.
As Russ goes 3 straight bullseyes to start round 1.
And Johnson, who we're just talking about, 2 5s out of the first 3 throws.
And like you said earlier, you want to get out of your own head and just get the axe into the board, but I think maybe all the kind of years of pressure building up to this might be affecting his competition.
Wow, the Hollywood set designer is cooking here through 4 throws. 3 days of epic competition leading to these championship finals here in Tulsa.
Absolutely methodical from Lucas. Interesting to see Neil almost kind of waiting for him to throw before he sets up.
Wow, his first miss of a 6 all day. No, he did hit the 6. Wow, just caught it.
Tap and switch, gentlemen. Throw 6. Rust is up by 2.
So now we switch sides for the final 5 throws.
If you can't tell he's from Hollywood, he can't even be bothered to take his sunglasses off his head. Neil here with his wife, Erin, who's always there for the big tournament weekends.
6 5.
You know what is interesting also is they're throwing the exact same axe head, both the King of Diamonds from the World Axe Throwing League roster.
It's now 1-point lead for Neil Rust.
Let's see.
6 5.
Oh, so after the turn here, Rust kind of giving it up a little bit. 2 5s on throws 6 and 7.
Wow, what an epic few final throws we have coming up for a matchup with Garrett Knighting in the finals.
So this throw number 8 might be the most nerving when you're tied, because you're knowing going into 9 and 10, they're probably going to go for the kill shots. You're like, keep a bullseye so I stay tied and I don't go down a point.
Throw 9. We are tied.
And both throwers managing to do that.
Kill shot called by Johnson. Kill shot called by Rust.
Double kill shots here in round 9.
I'm still waiting for one of the competitors to call a kill shot first throw out of the game just to get into someone's head.
It's a big risk to do so. Everyone waits to the end, right? Because it's that all or nothing.
It looks like they both got it all.
Would you rather have that pressure of throwing together or being isolated in this final throw?
I don't even try to pay attention to my competitor when I'm throwing, but we've noticed so far today, some people waiting and watching, seeing what their opponent hit. I don't want to see it. I just want to focus on me.
Yeah,
but whatever works for you.
That would be my thought as well. Seeing someone hit that kill shot before me would just deflate me.
Johnson has to hit here. Oh, the door's open.
Is he to the left?
Miss. Hit.
And Neil Rust, round 1 winner.
The rookie from Hollywood.
Oh, did he just hit a LeBron with the chalk there?
So now we're ready for these 10 throws. Lucas Johnson, over the last 4 years out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, has dominated all different facets. But we've noted that the hatchet is maybe the one area he's searching for dominance.
And he's dominated it in every other competition except on these key
6,
broadcasts.
5.
Yeah, when it comes to literally any other competition, it's almost a guarantee that if Lucas Johnson is there, he's taking that title. But when it comes to the World Championship, that's the one that's eluded him so far.
And yeah, don't get it twisted. I mean, it is unanimous. Lucas Johnson's the best thrower in the sport right now.
Absolutely.
Which that title kind of carries some pressure,
6,
right?
6.
You've carried that title in the knife discipline, Mike. It's never easy to repeat, or in this case, earn that crown.
Yeah, and look where it got me. Right here in the seat, not up there on the stage.
But this is the first year in quite a few years that we're going to have all new champions in every single discipline.
And that just goes to show where the sport has come and how far it's grown. It's
6,
so many new throwers. People I haven't seen before, and they come into these big tournaments and just dominate. And it's like, whoa, incredible the growth.
So 1 point lead here for Lucas, who needs to win this second round.
And it also speaks to how consistent Lucas has been the last few years and being able to stay up on the top for so long.
6, 6.
Couple of perfect bullseyes there from both competitors.
I think Lucas is locked in now. And the crowd is just hushed before every throw because they know how intense this is.
6, 6.
Not much phase in these two guys today, Lucas Johnson and Neil Rust.
Yeah, and I think earlier in that first round, we kind of saw Neil waiting for Lucas to go before he set up. And now we're not seeing that as much, and we'll see if he does it here, but it looks like he's just doing his own thing now. Here he goes. He's setting up.
And I think you're right. That's just really the way to go. Just do your own thing, get everything else out of your head, and just do it.
Now we've switched sides for the final 5 throws.
That's always one that can mess people up, too.
5, 6.
Just like that little switch over, it kind of takes you out of your comfort zone for a minute, which is one of the reasons why it's there. It kind of keeps you on your toes.
A lot of throwers, will look for a tiny little spot on the floor to place their toe as they're setting up, things like that. Whereas when you switch sides, sometimes you lose that and you don't have that little mark or something to really settle you. And that's something where the experience can come into play, right? Lucas has thrown on this floor, this literal floor, many times before, right?
We take it all across the country.
That's right.
We're here in Tulsa this weekend, but have been up in Wisconsin, been down in Charlotte, been all over the place.
Neil going back, getting some powder. Maybe the hands are getting a little clammy.
Oh, we got a kill shot call there.
Wow, this early.
So down 3, right? He's trying to gain some points back. He's hoping Lucas throws a 5. Maybe we can tie it up right here.
But he's locked in. He's
Lucas
got that bullseye.
No.
Here's an 8-point opportunity. Oh, man.
Wow. What a statement.
6.
He's like, hey, I'm not done with you yet.
Now it's a 1-point difference, heading into throw 9.
And the strategy there, right, on throw 8 is now he's gained 2 points back. He's only down 1. Lucas has 2 kill shot opportunities. Does he take them or not?
I feel like Lucas has been pretty consistent in terms of kill shots. Honestly, the only thing that's been messed him up so far has been some bullseye, so maybe he does.
And here's the interesting thing. He didn't take the opportunity.
Yeah.
Oh.
5, 6.
So gives a point right back.
All right, 2-point difference. They're both going to go kill shots. Let's see. They've got it,
Neil,
right?
call it kill shot.
Okay, there's a double kill shot. Lucas Johnson needs this to force a round 3. Or can Russ close this out?
It's all down to this throw.
Johnson delivers.
We're moving on to round 3.
I was curious from a math perspective, you don't have to go kill shot there if you're Lucas.
He's up 2 points. If he goes bullseye and goes a 6 and Russ hits an 8, it's a tie game, right? And that red dot and that blue dot right now are the same size. And really speaking to the mentality, Lucas isn't here to tie. Lucas is here to win.
You know, and that might speak to some of the strategy as well. I've been talking for the longest time that there's such a mental game to this, you know, and being able to just like solidify, oh yes, no, I won. Don't worry about it. Like I'm winning this. That could get into the opponent's head.
6-6.
All right. Oh, Neil going back for the chalk. We're round 3. He's getting clammed up.
You can sense the Hollywood roots here for Russ.
Yeah.
He knows how to play a crowd.
I don't know if I saw him go for the
glasses on.
Oh, he's asking if he wants a second one. He says it's good.
See, that's some good sportsmanship too. You know, they called it a good bullseye, but just in case, he put on the glasses. Wanted to make sure that Johnson was okay with it too, and that's the kind of amazing sportsmanship you see here in this competition.
I was curious if those are movie props or actual glasses. I'm glad he put them to use.
6-6.
Both competitors locked in through 2 throws. And this is a busy day for Lucas. He still has the knife competition coming up.
And over the years, right, he's done this multiple times where he makes 2 or even 3 disciplines on one broadcast. And you got to think, does it take away from his ability to focus and really just warm up and be ready for one event where he's competing in so many?
6-6.
I think that might also be a reason why he's probably pretty happy that we started out with the hatchet, you know, instead of another discipline that he could have been fighting in. Because this is the one he wants. This is the one he wants to focus on. So
yeah.
Just start out with it.
And last year in the World Championships, right, he made the Final 4 and was taken down by Colby Dean after, 14 kill shots in a row, something along those lines?
Yeah, as long as we've had since you competed in the Canadian Open.
21 or 22, but they were a lot bigger back then.
That's 6.
So Lucas regains the 1-point lead.
And I think that kind of speaks to where we've come, right? In 2019, the bullseye was 4.5 inches. The kill shot was 3 inches. Now they're both 1.5 inches.
I remember thinking it was difficult back then.
6-6.
This looked pretty silky smooth today. And now we switch sides.
I actually like to see that. Maybe Johnson noticed it, but neither thrower really even realized it was throw 6, which means they're just locked in. They're not paying attention to score and game. They're focused in on that bullseye.
Oh, he may have over-rotated just a little bit for Lucas.
6-6.
No, but that was good.
Oh, that bit of the X just touched the red.
That's the thing when we talk about this competition being just a matter of millimeters. It doesn't seem like it's all that far of a distance. It doesn't seem like it's all that hard to hit the bullseye when you have these world champion competitors up here on stage. But go to any venue back home and you'll learn real quick.
A matchup of Murfreesboro, Tennessee and Westlake Village, California, all over the country. And a world championship trip to the finals on the line.
6-6.
2 more bullseyes back to back.
All right. Throws 9 and 10.
Johnson's up by 1.
Kill shots abound here in throw 9.
Round 3, Neil Rust in the driver's seat. Up a point, you hit the blue dot on the left, you hit the blue dot on the right, you're going to the World Championship Finals.
It all comes down to 2 throws. It's going to be hard to say. It looks like it's on.
Oh, we might have 2
misses. Do we have a double miss?
Miss, hit.
Oh, it hits!
That's it. That's
Neil
it.
Rust.
Neil Rust is going to the World Championship Finals.
Wow.
I can't believe what I'm seeing.
What a competition.
Another year. Lucas Johnson unable to get it done. I mean, wow.
But man, at the very least, everyone knows he is the mountain to be conquered here. Just every single person who has competed this entire weekend has known his name and will continue to remember it as we have Neil Rust going to the finals.
Goliath has fallen. Neil Rust, enjoy your moment here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. What an incredible match, but the excitement doesn't stop here. Coming up next are Big Axe Duels.
We're Bad Axe Throwing, an urban axe throwing club. We're here to show you an unforgettable experience. Don't take it from us. Take it from hundreds of thousands of customers and countless 5-star reviews. Whether it's a corporate event, birthday party, bachelor or bachelorette party, heck, even just hanging out with friends. We're the go-to destination for adults who want to have fun. Our expert coaches will teach you how to throw an axe in no time. Be a bad axe. Book your event today.
The World Axe and Knife Throwing Championships are sponsored by AxeThrowingInsurance.com. The Energy Electric, and welcome back to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Let's continue coverage. This is the Big Axe Duels competition.
My name is Dustin Wellman, and I'm from Battle Creek, Michigan, and I love the sport of axe throwing because it's the camaraderie I have between the people that are involved.
Hi, I'm Leslie Wellman. I'm from Battle Creek, Michigan, and I love the sport. The community is so great. Everyone's supportive. I'm a two-handed thrower, and not a lot of people throw two-handed, but everyone, it's great because if you're different, you can still throw an axe. No matter your age, gender, disability, there's people in wheelchairs that throw an axe, so great community, great sport, great time.
My name is Dylan Teets. I'm from Florida originally, near Tampa, but now I'm living in Illinois, around East Dalton, working at Riverbend Axe Throwing. That's also where I'm throwing out of. I love the sport for the community. All the people are really great, and I can't wait to have a good time out there.
Mike, we just saw Lucas throw the hatchet. He now goes to the Big Axe. What's the adjustment within a few minutes of going from one discipline to another?
The good thing for Lucas here is that the axe is so different and so much heavier, and his throw is so much more different than it is for Hatchet that it can be a little bit easier of an adjustment. You see Lucas halfway up that handle. He's going to be taking a step as he throws.
And there is a difference in terms of strategy too. When you're in that throw, some people like to take that step forward. That way they can get a little bit of extra momentum to send those larger axes forward.
So a 1-point lead early for Team Johnson Teets.
And something to note here, don't expect to see the same type of scoring as you're going to see in singles Hatchet. You're not going to see bullseye, 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 bullseye. Look at how large those axes are and how far away they're throwing from. If you can connect in the 5 and the 6 in Big Axe Duels, I mean, it is incredible. And if we see a 6-6 today, I'm going to jump out of my seat.
I'll hold you to that, Mike.
See, and that's part of that strategy too. They're throwing simultaneously, but you can still knock your teammate's axe out of the way. But thankfully, they're both still stuck.
4-4.
This Wellman-Love duo out of Battle Creek, Michigan. They've both taken up the sport the last 5 years. And
yeah. Dustin starting after going to a bachelor party, and then I think started hosting leagues in his backyard, and that's how Leslie got into it.
It's a family sport.
And it looked like a strategic miss there for Lucas throwing to the left.
4-6.
6-4.
Trading off solid scores right there.
Excellent grouping by the Wellmans, though. That was, again, those axes are so large.
And speaking of those axes, I think all 4 competitors' axes in this Big Axe Duels competition are crafted by Dustin Wellman. Really known for hanging some of the best big axes in the entire sport.
Maybe he made them special just for the other competitors.
Wow, could be double 5s right there. Maybe a 6.
6-4.
4-5.
You know, honestly, again, the grouping that the Wellmans are getting is so impressive. I wish I could stress that enough, especially in comparison to the other two competitors. Like every single throw that they've done with those monstrous-sized axes are just within an inch of each other. It's extremely impressive to do that consistently.
Now hit kill shots with the axe, and we go next level here.
Everyone focusing in. Looks like the Wellmans will throw first. And I'm wrong.
Oh, we may have gotten one kill shot.
One for each team, possibly?
6, miss.
Miss, hit.
Okay. So the team of the Mega Powers, that's what I'm just going to keep calling them, Lucas and Teets, going only one kill shot and one staying down, right? That's the safety of making sure you score points somewhere on the board and then letting your partner kind of go for the extra there with the kill shot.
So game one goes to the Mega team of Johnson and Teets. This is a best 2 out of 3, so it's not over just yet.
The fastest way to get something to happen here is for us to say the opposite. And
Exactly.
5, 5.
4, 5.
All right.
So an early lead for Team Wellman.
Yeah, and Leslie and Dustin there, some tricks in their back pocket. Also in their back pocket, string cheese. They are known for carrying
snacks
string
and
cheese.
axes. A
Yeah.
good combination.
Leslie told me, I always have cheese on me. I said, what do you mean cheese? And then I get a picture of string cheese right in the back pocket.
Some great support here from the folks in Tulsa for the Wellman team.
Great throws right there. And sometimes that can be the difference, right? You know, the husband and wife combo, they live together, they throw together constantly. Whereas you have the Mega Powers over here, Johnson and Teets, they don't even live within 1,000 miles of each other.
4,
But
5.
are they good enough to overcome that lack of practice together?
The Illinois and Tennessee tandem working on a 1-0 lead. This is round 2 of this best of 3. As throwers, what's the strategy of not only hitting a bullseye or getting a 5-pointer, but opening the board for your teammate?
It is such a delicate balance of you want to both squeeze in there in that little white space, the 5 and the 6, but not squeeze close enough because a collision and a drop are a gigantic difference.
You can see the space between both competitors as well. The strategy is almost to kind of go into a V motion. That way you get to essentially make sure that you don't accidentally hit your opponent, your teammate's axe out of the way.
5, 6.
A 5-6 is huge for Teets. We saw how big the flying V was for the Mighty Ducks back in the 90s. It does play a factor in this sport, too.
It worked there. Maybe it'll work here.
And that slight bit of angle, if you know your partner's axe is in the board and yours is coming in, you can almost use it as a guide. As long as you hit the side of it gently enough, it won't deflect and fall to the floor, but it'll actually guide it in right next to yours.
Honestly, that's probably going to be the only way we see a double bullseye today, if that happens.
Oh, there's the drop we warned you of.
Almost a Robin Hood, but not quite.
And that's a great point. Oh, is it a 6-6?
The Terminators looking to detonate 6s.
6, 6.
Oh,
there it is. Can confirm. Mike has jumped out of his seat.
Oh, it's ridiculous. How far this sport has come. Absolutely incredible.
Over 1.5 inches.
Shot number 5.
Two big axes. Yeah.
Oh. Kill shots called by the Wellmans.
One
Matched
kill shot.
by Team Teets and Johnson.
All kill shots have been called.
The Wellman team needs the double 8 points right here. Have to hit both kill shots.
I think one landed. Oh, 2 misses?
Oh, we'll see what the judges come back with.
Miss, hit.
Miss, miss.
Okay, 8-point swing.
All right. That is huge. We're going into sudden death.
And maybe our favorite part of the sport, who sucks less?
Absolutely.
Sudden death.
Who can get closest to the target?
And speaking of who sucks less, the term comes from if neither team hits the blue dot, we will measure who is closer and determine who sucks less.
Teets and Johnson up around here for a trip and a championship.
Looks like we got 1 kill shot in for the Wellmans. And 1 now for Teets and Johnson as well.
Miss, hit.
Miss, miss.
Wellmans! We're going to a third. The happiest couple here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, extend to a third round.
Yeah, so good note. In that second round, Johnson and Teets chose to go up double kill shots with the Wellmans. They didn't need to. They could have kind of just secured the win by staying down, but they wanted to earn it.
They missed twice, then the Wellmans hit it, and here we are now in this decisive round 3. Oh, a drop from Johnson.
Catastrophic for a first run. Not only is that going to
Drop.
bring them down in
6,
points significantly, but also the blow mentally that they have to now fight back up to get back up and contest with the Wellmans.
And to put it into a little bit of perspective, we're going to see Dylan Teets in the individual Big Axe Championship match later. Lucas Johnson only losing out 1 spot. He lost in the finals to make it to that match. These are literally 2 of the top 4 Big Axe throwers in the entire world right now, playing together. And they're in the third round against Leslie and Dustin, who are taking it to them a little bit here.
5, 6.
6, 4.
1 point comes off that lead, so trim it to 3.
Now if they can just keep climbing that mountain, getting those points back 1 by 1.
But in order to do that, they need to bring those axes closer and closer, and they bring in that risk, right, of another drop.
Mm-hmm. High risk, high reward.
Oh, the Wellmans with 2 really good throws.
Oh, that was a beautiful throw.
That may be a double 6. Solid 6 on that throw, though.
6, 5.
6, 5.
Matching them. Holding on to that lead.
The power couple out of Battle Creek, Michigan, up 3.
Dustin, the carpenter, looking to chop down the mega team of Teets and Johnson.
This is shot 4 or 5.
Double bullseye.
Oh, you see them turn with their mouths gaping over this absolute clutch.
That's close as well.
This is a big judge ruling coming up.
5, 5.
6, 6.
6, 6. Double bullseye.
Double bullseye for the Wellmans. Unbelievable.
Final throw coming up for the power couple.
All right, we're seeing. They're going to talk about what everybody's doing.
Looks like we're all going up kill shots.
Shot number 5.
Those blue dots will decide a championship here in the Big Axe Duels Finals.
How about those last 2 throws from the Wellmans? 5, 6, 6, 6. Absolutely incredible. All right, looks like Teets and Johnson are waiting. Leslie and Dustin to deliver.
Oh, do we have double bullseye?
Double
Kill shot. Woo. Oh my goodness. Could this be the greatest upset in Big Axe history? How about the performance from the Wellmans, Dustin and Leslie, your Big Axe champions.
Wow. Taking down the power team of Teets and Johnson.
God, they fought all weekend to be here.
That's the power of love.
That's right.
Love conquers all, and even the Goliath team of Lucas Johnson and Dylan Teets.
Let's take a look at the big win with a bad axe throwing replay. Johnson and Teets took an early lead with a win in the first round, but only by 1 point. A drop early in the second game might have spelled disaster for the Wellmans, but a huge kill shot from Dustin forced sudden death. And with another kill shot from Dustin, 2 misses by Johnson and Teets, we went to a high-stakes game 3. A drop on the first throw allowed the Wellmans to take the early lead and not look back. Johnson and Teets kept it pretty tight, but a double kill shot clinched the final point for the Wellmans.
I'm here with Big Axe Duels champions, Leslie and Dustin Wellman. Guys, you just beat 2 former world champions. How do you feel after that victory as underdogs?
Absolutely amazing. It's one of those things we walked into it and we're like, anyone can be beat on any day, which is what I said in my interview earlier. So doesn't matter who you are, you can be beat. We love them so much, though.
Dustin, how did you feel coming in, knowing you were going to face them, knowing the crowd was going to be behind you? Any advantage there?
Oh, it definitely helped to have the crowd there behind us. I mean, the power of the crowd, that's all I got to say. This community is so good. And even our opponents, I mean, they didn't have to do what they did in game 2 when they went up with us. I mean, they had the game locked in and they went up with us, gave us the respect, and we did the same for them in game 3.
In order to get to the championship match, you guys had to have had some deep tips to get here. Leslie, do you have any deep tips that you have that you can share with the public?
Yeah, my only tips are do your throw, know your throw. Huh? Oh, and have pocket cheese in your pocket. Because everyone knows me for pocket cheese, and I always have pocket cheese.
String cheese in the pocket. There you got it, folks. Deep tip right there. Congratulations, guys, on the victory and beating them and taking the first ever exhibition Big Axe Duels Championship.
So now we get set for a duels competition. Excellent finals coming up. World Championship target boards provided by Elm City Axe Boards. Welcome back to the 2024 World Axe and Knife Throwing Championships. Before we jump into the duels finals, let's meet our competitors.
Hi, I'm Tyler Flynn, competing in duels here at the World Axe Throwing League World Championship with my partner John Depke. I'm half of the Flow Bros, and I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. One thing I love about axe throwing is all the people I meet along the way, including people from all over the world, like my duels partner from Wisconsin.
I'm John Depke. I'm one half of the Flow Bros, throwing duels at the World Championships. I'm from Weston, Wisconsin. I love axe throwing because every tournament is like a bigger and bigger family reunion.
Hi, my name is Brett Jerebeck. I'm from Los Angeles, California, and I throw out of the Mighty Axe Thousand Oaks. And I love throwing because it's something I can constantly work on and improve at. And it's fun to do.
My name is Tyler Hunt. I'm from Thousand Oaks Mighty Axe, and I love axe throwing because of the community and how much fun it is.
But now we get competition started in this duels finals.
The team of Depke and Flynn, veterans, they've played individually on ESPN. They've played together up under here on the bright lights. Jarriebek coming in from the Pro-Am, the singles Hatchet champion. Tyler Hunt, first time under the bright lights today.
Five, 6.
4, 6.
So a 1-point lead early for the Flow Bros.
Maybe a little bit of nerves there on that first throw from Hunt. But they'll look to shake it off.
Jerry Abeck and Hunt, the younger competitors, just 2 years in the sport, both LA products.
And they both started throwing the same time. Jerry Abeck got a job at the Mighty Axe, working there, and that's how he got into the sport, and both got in the league the same time, him and Hunt. Which can work really well as far as molding together as partners and duels. Throwers.
It is really interesting to see how some of these competitors throughout the weekend are just fantastic throwers, but they don't get to practice very often because they're in completely other states sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's that balance you try to play where, maybe you know someone really, really good, but they live far away and you want to come together and throw. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Let's see what the Flow Bros have in store.
Six.
Wow. Bullseyes all over the board.
Tie game at 34. 2 more throws for each team.
Can Depke and Flynn take advantage of this opening?
Oh, I think they did.
Absolutely ridiculous groupings we get with these
5,
axes.
6.
5, 6.
So it'll come down to this final round, all even.
Yeah, we're all tied up. I think we know where we're going. Oh. Yep, we're all going up.
Kill shots.
It's what the crowd loves to see.
All right. The ESPN veterans, Flynn and Depke, they've looked at that blue dot many times. Tyler Hunt's never looked at it.
Not on this spotlight.
And he's low.
Drybeck looks like he may have hit it.
To win round 1.
Oh, I think we got a double kill shot from the Flow Bros.
Hit.
Double hit.
Miss, hit.
And the Flow Bros take round 1 of this final. What does it say, though, for Hunt and Jerry Abeck to compete at this high level?
There are tons of powerhouses that they had to contend through all throughout the weekend. So the fact that they are here, especially with being newer throwers in comparison to many of the other ones that have come to compete, is really impressive. It just kind of goes to show how quickly you can adapt those skills and be on a world level.
Flynn and Depke are like an organized militaristic machine. They are knocking down high
6,
numbers.
5.
6, 5.
11 for each team after 1 throw. That's 5 total in this round.
The countdown, you might be able to see each team. Typically, the strategy is to count down together just so you stay in sync. Because if you throw just a hair too late, you might end up hitting the other teammate's axe.
Great timing there.
Little high for Depke.
4, 5.
5, 6.
And a couple points added to the lead.
And we like to talk, sometimes about motivation and where people's mindsets are. Tyler Flynn the past year, we talked about how dominant Lucas Johnson is, and Tyler Flynn's been right up there with him now for a couple years, and particularly, Tyler Flynn was a huge favorite in the Big Axe competition coming in. He missed out in the finals of his bracket to make the broadcast today, but he's in the duels final. I think he's bringing just absolute focus and energy to bring home a big title today.
You can see that focus right there.
And the supportive horns of the faithful here in Tulsa.
4, 6. I'm sorry, 4, 5.
6, 5.
Wow, the lead extends for the Flow Bros. Already up a round.
All right, so we're going in the throw 4 here. This is where some strategies can come into play. In duels, you don't have to both call kill shot at the same time. They can have one player call the kill shot and one player stay down on the bullseye. As we're going to get a second opinion here, an inspection from Ben, our head judge there. Let's see what he calls. I think he's going to ask for one axe to be removed so that he can get a better look at it.
5.
Looks like he's confirming the 5. They're going to stare at it again. I don't think the score is going to change.
Yeah,
But
the 4 is pretty certain, but trying to move that 5 to a 6 if it touches the red.
And see, for those of you at home, what you have to do is make sure that when the axe is in, the way that they tell is you'll be able to see the color on the opposite side of the axe. That way it's completely inserted into the area that it needs to go. So, but this one, it looks like it was just on the red, but not on the other side, so it didn't actually pierce through the bullseye, which would cause it to be a 5.
I'm questioning the strategy a little bit here of Hunt and Jarriabic. You're down 4 points. It's throw number 4. I would have had one thrower go kill shot, one stay bullseye. Open up both targets for yourselves and try to gain a few points back. They didn't do that.
And it is also a thing, too, where, sometimes there is one competitor who is a bit stronger at the kill shots and one who is more consistent with the bullseye. So typically, that's a good way to break it up so your stronger kill shot competitor can throw both of those potentially. But
Agreed. But Jarriabic and Hunt immediately proving commentary wrong of, don't worry, we'll still throw a 6-6 and gain a point back.
So it's a 3-point difference in this final round. What a huge throw for Jarriabic and Hunt. They need this one to extend it.
The Flow Bros letting them go first.
All the pressure on the LA tandem.
Oh, that's definitely one kill shot in. I think that might be both.
Let's see what the Flow Bros have in store.
Can you hear a pin drop in here?
A kill shot and a bullseye. The Flow Bros, your champions of the duels.
Hit 6.
Just the 3rd team to ever win the duels championships. They ended the reign of Johnson and Hayden Brown, and here they are taking it home today. Flynn and Depke, your new duels world champions.
Let's take a second look at that with a Pabst Blue Ribbon replay. The Flow Bros started off with a 1-point lead, but Hunt and Jarriabic tied it up in throw 2 and kept things neck and neck until kill shots closed out game 1. Heading into round 2, a controversial scoring led to a second look for Jarriabic, but the score stood and the Flow Bros held on to win their title.
I am here with the Flow Bros right now, who just won the Duels World Championship here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Fellas, how does it feel to be the first new world champion in duels for the first time in 3 years? Tyler.
It's pretty crazy. We had to go against 3-time repeating champions, the Team Brown Johnson, in the finals of our bracket, which was a crazy good match, and it was a really hard road to get here, but it feels pretty great.
John?
Yeah, Hayden and Lucas are great friends of ours. To have to beat them to get here, we hope they'd be in a different bracket, but to be only the second duels champion team ever in 4 years says a lot about them, and hopefully we can continue this tradition.
Now, you guys are both familiar faces on broadcast and ESPN. We've seen you before. Things were a little bit different here with the gravitas of a new champion. Going in, was there any extra pressure on you guys?
I mean, a little bit, yeah. So we talked before, there's last year I threw against Lucas Johnson in the Big X finals, and that was very familiar. But I had thrown against Lucas in a ton of finals, at a ton of tournaments throughout the years. It felt very normal. So the heart wasn't racing as much in that one. This one was it felt like a little more pressure because it was a new team, wanted to prove ourselves, already beat Brown Johnson, felt like if we beat them, then we should win it all.
John Depke, who is the Flow and who is the Bro?
this isn't real. His is, so he's definitely the flow, and I am actually in a fraternal twin, so I'm the bro.
Guys, congratulations on your championship.
Don't go anywhere. We have more exciting matches still ahead. Up next, the Big Axe Finals. Bad axe throwing. Find a local bad axe near you. Book your axe throwing event today. Let's continue the party here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's the Big Axe Finals.
Hi, I'm John Morgan, aka Fancy Lad. I throw out of the Cut Axe Throwing in College Station, I'm in Austin. And I love axe throwing because it brings people together. It's easy to pick up, hard to master. We're gonna have some fun today.
This is a difficult discipline to master. It's Jonathan Morgan and Dylan Teets, who we've seen a bunch in broadcast. He's from the Riverbend axe throwing.
Teets unable to defend his Hatchet World Championship, but looking to gain a new one today.
Got to catch them all.
And Jonathan Morgan, it's been a long road back, but after that loss in the 2020 Big Axe World Championship, he's looking to come back and gain it. He's looking to win that, defend and avenge that loss.
You have one competitor who's looking to gain a new title. Well, I guess both are looking to gain a new title, but one's looking to seize the title he lost many years ago.
But hopefully, neither of them is thinking about that right now, because they need to be thinking about that little red dot. Morgan, strong throw.
Wow, Teets with a better response.
6-6.
And a couple of bullseyes right there.
Jonathan Morgan, I think originally from around kind of the Detroit area, now lives in Austin, Texas. He's throwing out of the Cut, where a venue he's a co-owner of. Dylan Teets from Florida, but now living in Riverbend, Illinois, where he's managing an axe venue as well.
Dylan and Chrissy Teets so involved with that axe factory as well. And it's been a busy weekend for Dylan as he hits another bullseye.
Is that Chrissy's husband? I can't tell. Chrissy, very well known for screaming, "That's my husband."
It's like Terrell Owens saying, "That's my quarterback," talking about Tony Romo back in the day.
Well, it's interesting, too, because last year when Teets won the world champion title, they had just gotten married and hadn't yet gone on their honeymoon. So they went from the world champion to honeymoon.
And we're happy to tell you that now, a year later, they are still together.
Love conquers all here on ESPN. That's the main message of the day.
6-5.
And it's a great message, right? We saw Dylan conquered by that love earlier of the Leslie and Dustin Wellman taking down Teets and Johnson. How much has that kind of made Teets hungry? I think they're both going up.
Kill shots are called.
Who's going to throw first? Just a bit to the left.
Door open for Teets.
Looks like he made it. Just get the judge to confirm.
Hit, miss.
Confirmation from Tabitha. Interesting clashing of styles here. We're going to see Jonathan taking a step. It's kind of I don't want to call it old school, but it almost feels old school at this point. He's going to take that step and use the momentum from that step to put the power into the axe. Much like when you're swinging a baseball bat and it's they say it all starts from your heels. That's how he's delivering it. He's really using the power of that step to drive it and just gently guide it with his hand. Teets saying, no, I'd rather try to throw this like a dart. I want to isolate as many things as I can to just stand still and really not get off balance at all.
And in this type of sport, that's extremely important to point out, too, because the full body motion, every single part of your body that moves, is a potential error that could come along when you're in that throw.
And that's really the interesting dynamic of axe throwing versus a sport like darts or other accuracy and precision games. The implements we're throwing, they're pretty heavy.
4,
so
6.
you're trying to do this balance of mixing, using your whole body and giving it that power to not have to just use your hand versus do I want to stay as still as I can and really just be as precise. And we're kind of seeing that right here between these two competitors.
Round 2 underway. Morgan leaves the door open for Teets.
5, 6.
And an early lead for the 25-year-old, who you guys have noted, just been married to Chrissy, has dominated in this sport.
I mean, he's looking really warmed up and just, we call it precision, right? The amount of distance between your throws, or, he's just locked in.
Yeah, 3-point lead with as many throws that are in this competition is quite solid.
And look at that form. I mean, the elbow comes up high, and he's just almost flicking it. It looks ridiculous to me because it's such a heavy axe. How is he flicking it so effortlessly?
Not to mention, the weight by itself is impressive, but the motion of it, all the weight's on one end of it, too.
My elbow's hurting just watching. But that just goes to show the amount of reps that go into this. I mean, over the year, he's probably throwing 3, 4, 5 days a week. He's building up that strength and building up that ability to kind of endure through.
Oh, could Teets add another point to his lead here?
5, 5.
Okay, a couple of 5s back and forth.
We're seeing a lot of shaking of the head from the fancy lad, Jonathan Morgan, but no reason to be down. You're still right in this.
Morgan's going out for the kill shot, and Teets is staying down.
Okay, so if you're Teets, you hit a bullseye, you're the Big Axe World Champion. If you don't hit a bullseye, Morgan has a chance to tie and or send this to a third round.
Teets going first.
Looks like Morgan's trying to shake off the heebie-jeebies a little bit. Oh, I think that's it.
He believes he has it.
It's close. It's a little off to the left, but
Morgan will need this kill shot.
Oh, it's close.
All down to Tabitha's ruling, our lead judge.
Oh, she's looking close. Oh.
For a championship.
6.
Wow. Wow. And the bullseye delivers the Big Axe Championship for the youngster, Dylan Teets.
Give it up for Jonathan Morgan, hitting the kill shot when he needed it, but just not enough to overcome Dylan Teets today.
The 25-year-old sitting on cloud 9 with an impressive run here in the Big Axe.
Two amazing competitors.
Let's take another look at that matchup with a bad axe throwing replay. Morgan and Teets went shot for shot until the 4th throw, which opened the door, and Teets came in with a dominant kill shot on that 5th throw. Teets took an early lead in round 2 with 3 straight bullseyes. Even though Morgan hit the kill shot on throw 5, another bullseye secured Teets the win.
I'm here with last year's Hatchet champion, Dylan Teets, who just won the Big Axe portion of the World Championship here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Dylan, how does it feel winning the Big Axe compared to the Hatchet?
Oh my gosh, it feels very similar, okay? The nerves are up there, the heart's racing. It was a little more quiet today, I feel like, and it's a little bit harder to focus, but yeah, they're very similar. I had to get the same focus.
Now, you were facing an opponent who's been on a broadcast before who gave a former champion a big run as well. Did that play any factor in how you approached today?
100%. I knew he'd been there before. I saw how well he did, so I knew I had to perform, so I focused every shot.
What's next for Dylan Teets? Champion twice.
Maybe duels? I don't know. Let's just check them off the list. Maybe knife? I'm getting up there.
I'll be your duels partner anytime, Dylan. Congratulations.
Sounds great. Thanks, Rob.
What a moment for Dylan Teets taking home the Big Axe Championship. And thank you to Craftsman Yoshimoto, who's so involved with these championship axes, making it all happen. Stick around. We got plenty more competition coming up here in Tulsa, Oklahoma for the World Axe and Knife Throwing Championships.
We're Bad Axe Throwing, an urban axe throwing club. We're here to show you an unforgettable experience. Don't take it from us. Take it from hundreds of thousands of customers and countless 5-star reviews. Whether it's a corporate event, birthday party, bachelor or bachelorette party, heck, even just hanging out with friends. We're the go-to destination for adults who want to have fun. Our expert coaches will teach you how to throw an axe in no time. Be a bad axe. Book your event today.
Toro Knives, the favorite among the top WKTL knife throwers in the world. Pick up your set today at worldknifethrowingleague.com. Now gearing up for the heavy hitters of this competition, we switch to the knives and match up for this big-time championship final.
Hi there, I'm Sebastian Arnold. I'm throwing from Cutting Edge Axe Throwing in Stamford, Connecticut, and I absolutely love this sport because of the sense of community and family that it brings up when we all play.
Two former champions of TV events, Sebastian Arnold, as you said, Evan, the Pro-Am, and then a year and a half ago, Lucas Johnson, the U.S. Open champion. And there's a little bit more on the line. Lucas Johnson, we've seen him take some defeats today. He's the best thrower in all of this sport, axe and knife throwing. He is hungry coming in.
Absolutely, and that's another thing to be able to show in this sport too, is that, you know, it really just comes down to the day. There are going to be some people, regardless of how skilled they are in their everyday throwing, you might just have a bad day.
Lucas hoping to not continue the bad day he's been having so far.
We now get started with our first round of scoring.
5-5-4.
5-5-6.
All right, Lucas taking a 2-point lead. One thing we're going to note from this, the knife competition, they're going to do two things. They're going to throw 5 throws from 1 rotation, and then they're going to step back 5 feet and throw 2 rotation. It is critical to get as many points as you can from that 10-foot line for 1 rotation, because once you step back to 2 rotation, it is so hard to hit that bullseye.
Absolutely. Throwing a double rotation 15 feet away, you have the tiniest margin of error when you're trying to stick the point of the knife into that board in comparison to axe, where you have a full axe blade to work with. This is grueling. Not to mention, you have to work around your own knives.
Arnold with the double bullseye to gain the early lead halfway through. And Mike, you've been a world champion at this level. The knife discipline, such a unique element versus the hatchet or the axe. What is the challenge from this distance of scoring high numbers?
Absolutely. So the biggest change, right, between the axe competitions and the knife, we're putting 3 knives in the board at the same time. So you're balancing, trying to get as close as you can to that 6-point bullseye, but you don't want to hit your other knives and drop, because a drop just, it kills you. As we see both competitors taking their time, Sebastian kind of waiting for Lucas there, which was interesting.
That one knife going pretty low for Sebastian, but...
And Johnson all but secures round 1.
As we get the scores here, both sets of knives made by Tom Antonello.
4-5-5.
And the folks here in Tulsa showing their sounds early on. 2 final knives here in this first round, best of 3.
15 feet away, double rotation. And the kill shots, too. We haven't even gotten to them yet. I don't know if we will.
And we're seeing Sebastian wait. They're going to look. He's calling kill shot. Yeah, he wanted to see what the result of that first knife was from Lucas.
Just below. That'll probably seal the deal on the first round for Arnold.
Smooth from Johnson.
6-4. Miss. Johnson wins game 1.
What a start for Lucas Johnson, who's been left off the victory table in this telecast today.
But we can't count out Sebastian Arnold. The last broadcast we had, the Pro-Am, he dominated. They are just incredible knife throwers. And a little bit of it was in Lucas's head coming in. I'm pretty good friends with him, and we were talking. He was a little bit worried that he was going to get blown out by Sebastian.
And I think those fears may be proving true as Arnold seems to get back into the groove of things.
You saw the lean there from Sebastian to really try to angle it in.
He was searching for 3 bullseyes. Let's see the numbers.
6, 5, 5.
6, 6, 5.
Ooh, that's close.
So a 1-point lead for Sebastian Arnold.
And you know, Lucas talks as if he's scared or intimidated, but he's been under these bright lights more than anyone else the past 2 years. He's just being humble.
Sebastian this week said, Lucas is awesome. Like, to be in this final, he's so excited to compete against one of the best.
And that's kind of the energy that Sebastian brings. I mean, really friendly and jolly guy, and just loves the competition and loves being here. Sebastian, owner, operator of Cutting Edge in Stamford, Connecticut. If you're out there by the WWE headquarters, stop on by.
4, 4.
4, 5.
Lucas Johnson out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. He won the first round. And Arnold extending his lead here in the second round of competition.
But this is where it gets real. They change sides and we step back 2 rotation, 15 feet. And to that point, an interesting note, Johnson stands from nearly 18 feet away. It's so interesting to me, but it works for him.
Well, and that's the thing, and I spoke on a little earlier.
There's a miss.
That is harsh. But
the touched by Tommy knife touching the floor right there.
But it's this particular sport in comparison to the other disciplines. You have a big, wide blade of an axe to rely on in that rotation, but with this, you have a pin, like the tiniest little space to be able to stick that knife.
And coming down to our final 2 throws, it's a 1-point lead for Lucas Johnson.
Oh, I'm getting nervous. Oh, man. We're going to see them probably throw their first knives and then step back and reassess the score. Sebastian Lowe, his weight was too far forward. It almost felt rushed.
Kill shot called here by Arnold.
All right, take your time, Sebastian. Take a breath. Take a breath.
Double kill shot.
Johnson going up as well. You know, you can say anything, but Johnson wants to win the right way.
Johnson for the championship.
Oh, wow.
He delivers. One of the best in the sport. Lucas Johnson, your knife champion.
After the trials and tribulations of today, Lucas Johnson coming through, splitting that kill shot.
Absolutely. Solid performance.
And now it's time for the celebration and the trophy presentation.
Absolutely. He deserved a good win, and he is honestly the best thrower here today. I'm so glad to see him as our new world knife throwing champion.
And look at that, Lucas Johnson up to the task.
Let's take a second look at that with a Pabst Blue Ribbon replay. From the very start, Sebastian Arnold and Lucas Johnson proved why they made it to the finals. It was a close contest until throw 10, when Arnold missed a kill shot, giving Johnson round 1. Round 2, Arnold commanded a lead in the first half, but a big drop allowed Johnson to come back. Both competitors called a kill shot for throw 10, and Johnson nailed it.
I'm here with the knife throwing world champion, Lucas Johnson. How do you feel after that big win and this heavy trophy?
Feel pretty good. You know, Sebastian is a really good thrower, and I knew it would take a lot. So, kind of unfortunate for him. He had a drop in that second game, even though it was only a 1 or 2 point game. That really was the turning point of that match. And I was just happy that I was able to hit that kill at the end. That made it at least feel like I really earned it.
Lucas, we've seen you win big knife tournaments before. You've won a U.S. Open championship before. How does this compare, the World Championship, to the U.S. Open?
It's good. You know, it's a whole nother stage. There's more throwers, especially since that U.S. Open was, a year and a half ago. I think there's a lot better knife throwers out there, and definitely didn't expect to be winning and holding this trophy.
What's next for Lucas Johnson?
I don't know. I mean, I lost a little earlier in Hatchet. That's the one I'm still trying to check off the list, so hopefully that's the next thing.
Lucas, congratulations. I would shake your hand. There we go. Congratulations, Lucas.
So now we get set for our final round, knighting Rust, a championship on the line, but we return. Visit Bad Axe Throwing. Find a local bad axe near you. Book your axe throwing event today. Now time for our final competition. The championships come down to the Hatchet finals. You have an accountant and a set designer getting after it here. All different careers coming together here in the axe world.
It's one of the excellent things about this sport is you can have so many people from so many diverse backgrounds all come together just for the love of throwing sharp stuff at a wall.
And bullseyes get things started here in this final.
No slow starts here today. These two know only one of them will go home, the world champion.
6-6.
Wow. Bullseyes for each, back to back. It might be who breaks form first.
Absolutely. At this point, I mean, top-level throwers, their accuracy, we're talking percentages in the high 80s into the 90s. So think about that. 9 out of 10 times some of these throwers are able to hit those 1.5-inch dots.
Neil Rust just peppering that
6,
bullseye
5.
with the king. Garrett Knighting throwing an infinity axe.
And Neil Rust with that king axe, he has been locked in.
Mm-hmm.
Could he go 4 for 4 right here?
6-6.
And he does.
The slow walk back to the line, taking a breath. I see a little smile from Neil over to his wife, Erin. Married now for 30 years. I think that's longer than Garrett's been alive.
Yeah. Ooh, just a little off to the left for both of them, I think.
5-5.
Yep.
Well, that's not possible. I think the board's moved.
So halfway through, we finally have a mistake, if you will, and we'll switch sides for these next 5 throws.
And we always noted the turn here, always critical. Can you get lined back up and set? We see a lot of 5s here on this throw number 6. And per usual, the commentary is always immediately wrong.
6-6.
I'll tell you, Neil Rust on this run to the finals, one to beat Lucas Johnson, but even in this first round, he's looked unfazed by the moment.
I'm shocked to see it. I mean, I don't want to call him a rookie. He's been throwing for a couple of years, but this is his first time on a big broadcast, and you wouldn't even know it.
It looks like he's just been thrown in his local venue, just like any other league night.
We asked these throwers, you know, what is your weakness or strengths coming in? Neil noted His biggest strength coming in is his lack of experience under these bright lights, whereas the man he's playing today has been in this exact position twice and was unable to take it home. Garrett is hungry. He has all the weight of those past losses weighing him down. Neil's got nothing to lose.
On everything to gain.
Garrett Knighting, the 28-year-old, now to throw again. It's a great start.
They keep it right down the middle.
Russ is still up by 1. And Garrett Knighting calls a kill shot.
Double kill shot, wow.
And this is a situation where they kind of both have to. A 1-point differential. If you're Neil, you can't stay down. That's only worth 6 points. Garrett could jump the lead and take a 1-point lead himself at a kill shot.
It looks like he nailed it.
Oh.
I think the tables have turned.
Has the inexperience come full circle here?
One last throw.
Obviously, Russ needs the kill shot.
Garrett's going to stay down and secure this first round victory. But best of 3. Neil's not out of this just yet.
Ending on a bullseye is not bad mojo heading into round 2 in this best of 3.
And we're right back.
6-6.
Wanted to get the monkey off his back there and take that thing out.
Mm-hmm.
Both throwers locked in, settled in.
Great work here through round 2. This is our final championship of the day.
Both these competitors are showing exactly why they are here after hundreds of other people this weekend tried to make it to this spot.
6-6.
3 for 3 for both competitors.
At this point, it's just a fight of who blinks first.
And neither thrower, showing much emotion. Not a lot of theatrics here, despite Neil being a set painter in Hollywood.
I mean, he's following the script pretty well right now.
Yeah.
4 for 4.
Seems like they've found their zen.
We expect it from Knighting, the accountant. We expect them to be kind of boring, but
we'll say strategic. That might be a better word for his skill in the accountant word.
6-6.
The numbers don't lie. We're still tied up.
And, we've been talking throughout the day about throwers who dominate and have just been, at such a high level in this sport. I would say Garrett is the best thrower in the sport to not have a major win on television. The Lucas Johnsons, the Tyler Flynn's, the Mike Philipbaums, they've all won it and they're all notable. Garrett is just as good as them.
6-5.
And is just right there and just hasn't gotten the victories because he's run into people like Mike Philipbaum, the former world champion, and these other throwers. Is today the day Garrett turns it around?
1-point lead for Rust.
Looks like he went back to get some of that chalk.
Possibly 4 throws from a championship.
Man, going to the chalk after throwing perfect so far? I don't know.
Ooh. I just saw a slight wiggle on that axe.
Hits it again.
It hit at a funky angle, Evan. I saw it too, but it's stuck.
Head now into round 8. And let's see if the kill shots will be a factor.
Deja vu. Rust up by 1. Same thing we had last round.
No one can argue about their consistency.
Knighting doing his job right in the bullseye.
6-6.
Just 2 more throws. 2 more bullseyes is all it takes to get to a round 3 for Rust.
And they're going for it.
Rust is up by 1. Both throwers
Same situation as round 1. Rust up 1 point. Throw number 9. They're both calling kill shot.
Ballsy move.
If you're Rust, blue dot, take it to a third.
Russ needs this. And delivers. Still a 1-point game, heading into the final tosses.
All it took was a second take.
Put Knighting on the ropes.
Rust is still up
Kill
by
shot.
1.
I don't think he's going to go up this time. The tables have turned.
Wow, Knighting with the championship in his hands. Opportunity.
Wow.
Rust hits the kill shot. And a perfect round sends us to round 3. Okay, throw 1 is ready to roll. Garrett Knighting, the Utah product, Neil Rust out of California. And a championship coming up.
They are both locked in.
6-6.
That's 11 straight hits for Neil Rust. Going back to last round, this guy just can't miss.
As he comes back and kind of gives the eyebrow raise of like, oh, keep it going. Absolute machine, Garrett Knighting is.
Both are a little off to the side.
Do we have our first 5s of this round?
5-6.
Knighting the 1-point lead.
Sometimes you can see it before the judges even get there. You see the throwers, just the reaction to the throw. Sometimes you know what happened. All right, shake it off here, Neil. Get right back into that bullseye.
Neil shakes off the rust and comes right back with a couple of bullseyes.
I mean, he is splitting these down the middle, Garrett. This is scary if you're Neil Rust.
The good news is they've been able to match each other.
Round 2, right? Garrett misses 1 dot. He loses to a perfect game. If you're Neil, are you feeling like, did I already give up my opportunity by throwing that 5?
Ooh, big scoring.
5-6.
A 2-point lead for Knighting.
But here's, as we've said before, the switch of the lanes that might cause them to jump to the 5 instead and see if they can reorient themselves and get back on it.
Neither thrower phased. Well, or maybe. Let's see what Tabitha says.
6-6.
Back to back. The bullseye streak continues. Neil Rust, the owner of the Mighty Axe out in Thousand Oaks. He's putting on a show this weekend. Not your traditional favorite. Garrett Knighting, who's been rolling through competition, has the early lead here in this decisive 3rd round.
I mean, Garrett Knighting's throws right now look like an instant replay.
And if you're Neil Rust and you see this success, do you go kill shot early here?
It looks like he does.
It looks like he does.
He wants that comfort for the remainder of the shots.
This is
takes a step back, takes the breath.
Throw 8 of 10. This is so important.
He knows how important this is. Did he short it?
That may not have touched.
Miss.
Garrett Knighting in prime position.
What an interesting situation. Russ taking that moment. Did he take too long? Did he get too calm?
Yeah.
Did he breathe out too much and slow his heartbeat down that it just dropped it short?
Now points aplenty here for Garrett Knighting, who's one throw away from a Hatchet championship.
Unless we see something disastrous, it looks like the third time's the charm. Garrett Knighting failed once,
Rust, are you
failed
calling
twice.
Kill shot called by Rust.
Russ going for the kill shot. Knighting needs points here to secure it.
Ooh, that might be a little high on the kill.
The coronation complete for Garrett Knighting, your Hatchet champion.
Years of being on ESPN and fighting his way up, only to be knocked down time and time again. He's finally able to take his championship title.
The 28-year-old out of Utah celebrates with his wife Jenna, and a fun moment for the Knighting family.
Let's take another look at that matchup with a bad axe throwing replay. So much happened with the Hatchet through these 3 rounds. In the first match, Knighting and Rust were hitting bullseye back and forth, but 2 missed kill shots by Rust allowed Knighting to walk away with game 1. Rust answered the bell with a perfect game, throwing 8 bullseyes and 2 kill shots. However, it was still a close game, with Rust winning only by 1 point. In round 3, it was back to Knighting. 10 straight bullseyes to pull off the win and become the Hatchet champion. Stay tuned to hear from the new world champion. We'll be right back.
Garrett Knighting lifted into the sky as your Hatchet champ. He now speaks with Rob for our fantastic winning interview.
I'm here with Garrett Knighting, our main event Hatchet champion in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Garrett, we've seen you many of times on a broadcast, but never quite here at this stage. How do you feel about taking home the big dance?
It's a dream come true. I've been wanting this for so long, for so bad, and yeah, I just don't even have words for it. Just dream come true. I'm really glad I had the opportunity to be here.
Expectations coming into here. What did you have?
You know, I always have just told myself one day I'm going to get it, and this is my 3rd time making it to the lights, and I just said today, you know what, this was my time. So this is what I told myself all weekend long. I just said I couldn't have any doubt in my head. I needed to just tell myself I was going to win this thing, and I was fortunate enough to be able to do that.
There's no doubt that you have become a force to reckon with in all of throwing sports, and the Hatchet Championship solidifies that you're one of the greats. Congratulations, Garrett.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
What an epic day of competition here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and it wraps up with Garrett Knighting completing a journey he's been at multiple times, but finally secures that championship. Fantastic crowd on hand for axes, knife throwing, hatchets, you name it, all different disciplines. Fantastic atmosphere here in Tulsa. Now that's the way to end today's broadcast. Fantastic. For Eva Walters and Mike Kump, our talented crew here in Tulsa, I'm Evan Budrovich. Thanks for joining us. What a show. The World Axe and Knife Throwing Championships. We got everything you could ask for here on ESPN. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.